What if I told you the way you kick off your morning could totally transform your life? Would you rethink how you're hitting that alarm clock? Hey, it's awesome to connect with you today, my friend, because if you're here, you're ready to take the wheel and forge your future. Success isn't about luck or some magic trick. It's forged in the quiet of your mornings through hard work and discipline. Most folks wake up and just react to the chaos, phone buzzing with TikTok notifications, Instagram reels pulling them in, or remote work emails piling up. They're hustling, but they're not steering their day. But you're different, aren't you? Life doesn't reward lazy dreams. It rewards mornings you shape with purpose. Picture your day like a forge, and every morning choice is a spark. What are you forging today? What's holding you back? Because when you master your mornings, you won't just hit your goals, you'll craft a life you're proud of. In 2025, with social media and work stress coming at you from all sides, your morning's your biggest edge. Jim Rohn nailed it. Success is just a few simple disciplines done every day. I used to think one big push would cut it, but I learned the hard way: if your mornings are a mess, your life's going to feel like one too. I'm here to share a game-changing philosophy, 5 morning habits to turn small actions into massive wins. This isn't about quick fixes. It's about forging a life you love, one sunrise at a time. Are you ready? Stick with me, because what you're about to learn could flip how you start your day starting now. How's your morning going? What's stopping you? Let's dive in and start forging your masterpiece. First up, let's talk about rising early. Ever start your day in a panic, like coins lost in the dark, just because you overslept? Those mornings you want to crush it, make more bucks, nail a big project, or just live fully, but your alarm screams you hit snooze, scroll TikTok or Instagram, or rush into remote work emails. Suddenly the day's gone, you're chasing random tasks, and by night you're like, what did I even get done? That's the pain of letting your morning slip away, living like a passenger, not the driver of your life. I used to sleep in thinking a few extra minutes in bed wouldn't hurt, but here's the truth. Your morning isn't just when you wake up, it's when you set the tone for everything. If you're stuck in the dark, how can you see the road ahead? Rising early is your light. It gives you control and purpose before the world wakes up. It's not just about getting out of bed, it's about stepping into your day like a warrior ready for battle. In 2025, with social media and work chaos, waking early is your superpower. This light doesn't just give you time, it gives you confidence, clarity, and the feeling you're leading, not following. Winners don't wait for sunrise, they get up, face the dark, and choose how their day starts. They know every time they beat the snooze button, it's a small win, building character and self-respect. Just 30 minutes earlier can shift. I'm always late to I'm in charge. I was a snooze button guy, thinking extra sleep would recharge me, but it just left me stressed, always playing catch-up. When I started waking up 30 minutes earlier, I owned my time, stepping into the day with a calm I'd never had. You might say, Jim, I'm not a morning person. But let me ask you, do you want to be a success person? A growth person? A live your best life person? If the answer's yes, you can become a morning person. Not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. Discipline isn't something you're born with. It's forged when no one's watching, when the world's still asleep. Waking early is how you keep promises to yourself, and that's where self-respect kicks in. Think about that moment your alarm goes off. You're at the edge of your first victory. Will you hit snooze, delay your dreams, or rise and step into purpose? That tiny choice doesn't just shape your morning, it shapes who you become. When you rise early, you're saying, I matter. My goals matter. I'm leading this day. Leaders don't just wake up, they rise with purpose. Today, set your alarm 30 minutes earlier, not an hour, just 30. And note how calm you feel waking before the world. Tomorrow, stick to that wake-up time, like 6 a.m. or 5:30, and log your focus. This week, rise early every day for 7 days, tracking your energy boost. You don't need a total overhaul, just this step. What darkness is hiding your coins? The snooze button, social media, or sleeping in? Will you let the dark lead or light up your morning? If you don't rise early, you'll always chase the day, missing big wins. But when you rise, when you start each morning with purpose, you don't just live, you lead. What's keeping you down? What light will you spark? Start now. Every early morning's a stroke in your masterpiece. Next, let's feed your mind. Ever let junk thoughts pile up like coins buried in trash because you're not learning anything new in the morning? Those days you want to level up, make more cash, climb the career ladder, or be your best self, but you wake up, scroll TikTok, watch pointless Instagram reels, or dive into remote work emails without growing your brain. Suddenly you're falling behind, coworkers outsmart you, new ideas pass you by, and you're like, why am I stuck? That's the pain of letting your mind starve, living a mediocre life in a fast-moving world. I thought what I knew was enough, but here's the deal. Your mind's like a garden. If you don't plant good seeds, trash piles up. If your mind's full of junk, how can you grow success? Feeding your mind is your seed. It sprouts wisdom for sharper choices. It's not just about books or classes, it's about committing to grow your thinking like it's your most valuable asset. In 2025, with social media and work distractions, learning every morning is your edge. Your mind's a filter. It shapes how you see the world, what you believe about yourself, and what's possible. Feed it trash like random videos or negative news and you'll live a trashy life. But plant seeds of wisdom through books, podcasts, or fresh ideas, and you'll reap opportunities, smarter decisions, and a richer life. Winners don't let their minds go hungry. They feed it before the world shoves junk in. They know 10 pages of a good book each morning can turn, I don't know, to I'm growing. I used to skip morning learning, wasting time on social media until I got it. If you don't feed your mind, you're not just standing still, you're slipping back. Learning doesn't just make you better. It opens doors, boosts your income, relationships, and joy. You might say, Jim, I don't have time to read in the morning. But let me ask, do you have time for TikTok? Time to scroll Instagram or stress about work? If you've got time for that, you've got time to feed your mind. Not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. Wisdom doesn't just happen, it's built, especially in those quiet morning moments before the world gets loud. Think of your morning as a chance to plant seeds for the future you want. Every page you read, every idea you soak in is a seed in your mind's garden. And guess what? Those tiny seeds planted daily grow into trees that bear success you can't even imagine. Feeding your mind in the morning is how you say, I'm worth it. My future's worth it. I'm investing in me before the world demands my time. Leaders don't just learn, they start their day with growth. Today, spend 10 minutes reading 10 pages of a growth book on mindset, money, or leadership, and jot down one idea that lights you up. Feel that curiosity spark. Tomorrow, listen to a 10-minute podcast on something you want to improve, health, career, or happiness, and note the takeaway. This week, feed your mind every morning for 7 days, tracking how your ideas grow. You don't need to read a library, just keep planting. What junk's burying your coins? Social media laziness, or no learning? Will you let your mind dry up or plant your seed? If you don't learn, you'll stay behind, missing big chances. But when you plant, when you feed your mind daily, you don't just live, you lead. What's clogging your head? What seed will you plant? Start now. Every page is a sprout in your masterpiece. Hold up, read 10 pages this morning and plant your seed. Join Forge Fire, smash that subscribe button for more day-shaping tools. Turn on notifications. Now let's move your body. Ever feel sluggish like coins dimmed in a fog because you're not moving in the morning? Those days you want to own it, make bank, tackle big projects, or live with energy, but you wake up dragging, scrolling TikTok or Instagram, or glued to your remote work screen, feeling weighed down. Suddenly the day's over, you're wiped out, and you're thinking, why can't I get anything done? That's the pain of letting your body weaken, turning your dreams into passing thoughts. I used to skip movement thinking my mind was enough, but here's the truth. Your body's the only home you've got to live in. If you're stuck in that fog, how can you conquer your day? Moving your body is your fuel, it powers your focus and goals. Morning movement isn't about looking ripped or impressing anyone, it's about honoring the life you've been given. In 2025, with social media and work draining you, moving daily is your strength. Your body's like fuel. When you fire it up, you speak with confidence, think clearly, and act boldly. Winners don't let their bodies stall. They move whether it's a walk, stretch, or a quick workout. Movement sparks momentum, momentum fuels inspiration, and inspiration makes you unstoppable. Just 20 minutes of movement can shift. I'm beat to I'm ready. I used to think morning exercise was optional, but when my body was weak, everything tanked, ideas fizzled, confidence vanished. When I started moving even just a walk around the block, my energy surged and the day came alive. You might say, Jim, I don't have time to work out in the morning. But let me ask, do you have time to scroll Instagram? Time to sit sluggish at your desk? If you've got time for that, you've got time to move. Not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. Energy doesn't just show up, it's created especially in those morning moments when you choose to wake your body before the world wakes you. Think of movement as fueling your day. Every step, every stretch is a drop of fuel in your engine. And guess what? A fueled engine runs smooth, taking you to goals you thought were out of reach. Morning movement is how you say, I'm strong. My goals matter. I'm starting this day with power. Leaders don't just move, they ignite their day with energy others lack. Think about when you get up. You can stay sluggish. Let the fog of tiredness win or move spark your energy and light up your day. That small choice doesn't just change your morning, it changes how you see yourself. When you move, you're not just caring for your body, you're building discipline, confidence, and a sharp mind. I've seen folks who start their day moving, they walk into rooms with presence, tackle challenges with grit, and get stuff done while others drag. Movement isn't just exercise, it's a statement you choose strength over weakness. And here's the deal, it doesn't need to be intense. A quick walk, some stretches, or a short workout is enough to fire you up. But when you do it daily, those small moves stack up, turning you into someone who doesn't just survive the day, but owns it. Today, spend 20 minutes moving, take a walk, stretch, or do a home workout and note the boost you feel. Tomorrow, try something new like a short jog or yoga and log your strength. This week, move every morning for 7 days, tracking your vibe. You don't need a gym or a marathon, just move. What fog's dimming your coins? Laziness, social media, or a lazy body? Will you stay tired or spark your fuel? If you don't move, you'll stay sluggish, missing your power. But when you fuel up, when you move daily, you don't just live, you shine. What's slowing you down? What fuel will you ignite? Start now. Every step's a flame in your masterpiece, on to planning your day. Ever drift through your morning aimlessly, like coins lost in shadows because you didn't plan? Those days you want to dominate, make more money, crush a big project, or spend real time with family, but you wake up clueless, scrolling TikTok or Instagram or getting sucked into random remote work emails. Suddenly the day's gone, you've done a million things but nothing that matters, and by night you're like, how did I waste my whole day? That's the pain of starting without direction, living like a leaf in the wind, not the captain of your ship. I used to dive into days without a plan, thinking just doing stuff was enough, but here's the deal. If you don't plan, your day life will plan it for you. If you're lost in shadows, how can you find your path? Planning your day is your anchor. It keeps you grounded and focused on what counts. Morning planning isn't about a huge to-do list, it's deciding what you'll do, who gets your attention, and where your energy goes. In 2025, with social media, emails, and work chaos, planning is your superpower. This anchor stops you from drifting, giving you clarity to turn a crazy day into a productive one. Winners don't let their day just happen. They sit down, write 3 key tasks, and step into the day with confidence. They know every plan is a promise to themselves, building discipline and self-respect. Just 5 minutes of planning can shift I'm lost to I'm leading. I lived in chaos, letting days slip by without direction until I got it. A day without a plan is a day wasted. Planning doesn't just save time, it saves your stress, boosts your confidence, and makes people notice you're on point. You might say, Jim, I'm not a planner. But let me ask, do you want to succeed, to own your day, to live a life that matters? If the answer is yes, you can learn to plan. Not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. Plans don't need to be fancy, just clear. Think of your morning as a ship, and your plan's the anchor keeping it steady in a storm of distractions. Every task you write is an anchor point holding you on course through the chaos of social media or work. And here's the thing. When you plan your morning, you're not just working, you're leading. You step into the day with purpose, like a captain steering the ship, not a passenger tossed by waves. Planning is how you say, I matter, my goals matter, I'm shaping this day. Leaders don't just plan, they own their day from the start. Think about when you wake up. You can let the shadows of vagueness take over, drifting through the day, or sit down, write your plan, and anchor yourself to purpose. That small choice doesn't just change your morning, it changes who you become. When you plan, you're not just organizing time, you're building confidence, discipline, and a sharp mind. I've seen folks who start their day planning, they walk into meetings with clarity, get stuff done efficiently, and hit goals others only dream of. Planning isn't just a to-do list, it's a declaration you choose direction over drift. And get this, your plan doesn't need to be long. 3 key tasks written with intention are enough to make your day a step forward. But when you do it daily, those small plans stack up, leading you to heights you never imagined. Today, take 5 minutes this morning to write 3 must-do tasks, not 20, just 3, and note the clarity you feel. Tomorrow, review and tweak your plan, logging your focus. This week, plan every morning for 7 days, tracking your progress. You don't need a perfect plan, just start. What shadows are losing your coins? Vagueness, social media, or no plan? Will you drift or set your anchor? If you don't plan, you'll stay lost, missing big wins. But when you anchor, when you shape your day each morning, you don't just live, you lead. What's pulling you off course? What anchor will you set? Start now. Every plan's a point in your masterpiece. Finally, let's reflect and center. Ever repeat the same mistakes, like coins trapped in a loop, because you don't take time to reflect in the morning? Those days you want to go big, make more money, hit major goals, or live with meaning, but you wake up, jump straight into TikTok, Instagram, or remote work without looking back at yesterday. Suddenly this week feels like last week. Old mistakes creep back and you're thinking, why am I stuck in place? That's the pain of rushing through mornings without learning, keeping you trapped in a cycle with no exit. I used to race into days thinking just doing was enough. But here's the truth. If you don't reflect, you don't grow, you just repeat. If you're stuck in a loop, how can you find a new path? Reflecting and centering is your compass. It guides you to clarity and growth. Morning reflection isn't about dwelling on regrets or overthinking. It's taking a quiet moment to look back what worked, what didn't, and how you'll do better today. Intensive with social media, emails, and work scattering your focus, reflecting daily is your strength. This compass doesn't just let you coast through days, it helps you live with purpose, making each day a step forward. Winners don't let days slip by, they pause asking, what did I do well yesterday? What can I improve today? They turn mistakes into lessons, failures into chances. Just 10 minutes of reflection can shift. I messed up again to, I'm learning. I used to let days pass without looking back, repeating the same errors until I realized no reflection, and you're just a passenger, not the driver. When you reflect, you don't just improve, you steer your future, stepping into the day with clarity and confidence. You might say, Jim, I don't have time to sit and think. But let me ask, do you have time to scroll Instagram, time to stress about work, or watch TikTok? If you've got time for that, you've got time to reflect. Not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. Morning reflection is like checking your compass before your ship sails. Every quiet moment, every question you ask yourself is a guidepost keeping you on track. And here's the deal. When you reflect, you're not just looking back, you're sharpening your mind, strengthening your heart, and building a tougher spirit. Reflection is how you say, I learned from my past. I shape my future. I'm leading this day. Leaders don't just reflect, they grow, turning each day into a lesson. Think about when you wake up. You can rush into the day blind, letting old mistakes drag you back, or pause, center yourself, and set your compass. That small choice doesn't just change your morning, it changes who you become. When you reflect, you're not just reviewing the past, you're forging self-awareness, discipline, and progress. I've seen folks who start their day reflecting, they tackle work with focus, face challenges with calm, and make strides others only dream of. Reflection isn't just thinking, it's a commitment to grow, not repeat. And get this, it doesn't need to take long, just 10 minutes of quiet. A few journal lines are enough to make your day a meaningful journey. But when you do it daily, those reflection moments stack up, leading you to a stronger version of yourself. Today, spend 10 minutes this morning reflecting. Sit quietly, ask what you did well yesterday, where you slipped, and jot down one lesson. Feel the clarity kick in. Tomorrow journal one goal or lesson you want to carry into the day, noting your focus. This week reflect every morning for 7 days, tracking your growth. You don't need to write a novel, just think deeply. What loops trapping your coins? Rushing social media or no reflection? Will you keep circling or set your compass? If you don't reflect, you'll stay stuck, missing growth. But when you center, when you reflect daily, you don't just live, you lead. What mistakes holding you back? How will you steer? Start now. Every reflection's a guide in your masterpiece. Hold up, reflect for 10 minutes this morning and set your compass. Join Forge Fire, hit subscribe for more day-shaping hacks. Turn on notifications. You've just unlocked 5 powerful morning habits: rising early, feeding your mind, moving your body, planning your day, and reflecting to craft a life of success. Each habit's a spark, every morning a chance to forge your masterpiece. Pause and feel it. Every small choice, every action you take at dawn carves your future. You don't need magic, just one step today. The successful aren't different. They just forge habits morning after morning to become someone opportunities chase. I'm challenging you now. Pick one habit: wake early, read a page, or reflect. Commit to it daily. Track your progress. Grab a friend to keep you sharp. Don't wait. Start today. How's that feel? As you push past TikTok, Instagram, and remote work chaos to craft your masterpiece, you'll be proud you began. Need more sparks? Join Forge Fire, subscribe for weekly fuel to shine. Smash that button and turn on notifications. Picture a year from now, standing unstoppable, your life a masterpiece forged in the furnace of grit. That's not a dream, it's your forge, morning by morning, with relentless drive. You're the craftsman of your future. In 2025, when distractions try to derail you, you'll choose act and let success find you. You don't need to chase, your masterpiece will glow. So what's your first habit today? Act now, your epic future's ready to be forged.